In terms of
or at least Sunstrike setup.
Stone, for the direct Sunstrike, I don't really think they're going to get better than the Faceless. They could just not go for a carry at all. I was thinking maybe for a moment you could dip back in and try for the Stonebank CK, like we saw earlier today, which isn't really perfect for the Invoker setup, but there doesn't seem to be a lot on the Team Brazil side that would get through a CK if you wanted that front line. But now that you have the Mars, you've got your front line sort of sorted, so Stonebank does not need to really be all that durable.
You also have like a pretty good combo with the Cataclysm as well, with the Mars Arena. It is a lot harder to run the Mars than it used to be from like just a pure disabler standpoint. In the China DPC, when I was casting some of those games, you would see like some of the teams run Mars mid, and they would go straight BKB into Refresher Orb because the spells had pretty low mana cost. But after they increased the mana cost of the Refresher Orb, they gave BKB a 50 mana cost as well. It just wasn't possible to throw out 2 arenas in a row. What some Marses would do would just be like arena BKB, and then they would like Refresher Spear onto people, just to have like 5 seconds hard disable onto someone. It was really funny to watch. It was effective though. Anyways, Bristleback banned out now. I guess they're just worried about more tanky frontliners if they're going to have damage in order to get through these heroes. Void Spirit is very limited with how much burst he has. If you can't get someone in that one go with like all of his spells, he just completely falls apart, and Bristleback ends up proving a pretty big problem for that.
In the meantime, for DogChamp, yeah, no, they will ban away the Ursa, so they are aware of the fact that Team Brazil's lineup seems to be lacking a little bit in both durability and damage, so kind of take away options, because if Team Brazil go for something that's going to be high damage but unbelievably squishy, if they try for like a PA or a Weaver or something, then I think DogChamp are going to be pretty happy with that, because all they're going to need is really one stray bit of lockdown to come in, and they can just blow that hero up.
Yeah. And they do have that lockdown. I mean, I don't think that Weaver can deal with the Mars that well. I think PA is fine. Know that like almost nothing gets you out of the arena. Marcy can't get out of it. I don't believe. Morana definitely can't get out of it now. Astral Step does get you out of it because it's like a teleport.
Right.
Same with Dissimulate. They have a few tools that will get them out of the Mars arena.
Well,
they've been out Troll.
Yeah. That's...
I don't like that hero, but maybe it's a sign that they plan on picking up... Well, when I see Troll ban, I think that maybe they plan on picking up something like a Beastmaster is their last pick, but it doesn't really fit in, given that you already have a Broodmother.
Yeah. They would have to move that Brood, I guess, to the 1, which seems a little unlikely, but we'll see what the choice is, because they are now on the clock. DogChamp used their final ban on the Slark, so...
Well, they've got plenty of time.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I was looking at the wrong clock. My bad. Yeah, they got 40 seconds.
Yeah,
they're fine.
Yeah. I mean, the heroes that actually would have come to mind for me when I see it's Costa's hero that still need to be picked up would be the ones that are mostly left inside the pool, like the Low Druid, the Monkey King, or sorry, removed from the pool, the Morphling, but all those were taken out. Even the Slark he likes running.
Oh, that pick is in.
That's actually one of my least favorite carries.
Yeah.
I used to enjoy this hero. It's got a laughably low strength growth rate. It's got new abilities that literally like come back into the game to like clutch out a team fight if you end up losing your lane. It's so heavily reliant on items. Again, I know I keep going back to this, but the stat growth rate is awful. You get like 2.4 strength per level. In current year, that is disgustingly low. A lot of people just end up building orchids. Like the Invoker is going to build an orchid. Weaver can probably build an orchid this game. Hell, even Yarn can build one. Then you just like need to build a BKB or some kind of dispel to get to your magic immunity. Bad hero in current year, at least in my opinion.
This feels like people get baited with the infest health with the built-in magic immunity, but a lot of the time that isn't enough, right? You pop your magic immunity and then the opposing team still surrounds you and you just get chunked down anyway, so we'll see what Costa's plan is to deal with that, but Jesus. Nightmare noises, but
Yeah.
this
By the way,
feels
before the
rough.
game, everyone, they ended up playing the Costa ended up dropping like the violin thing and scare noise. Came by just freaks out when he heard
I wasn't ready for it. All right,
and then after he realized what it was, he just let out a big sigh. And he's like, I guess that woke me up. I'm ready to go.
not ready for the horror music. All right, it was just random. Scared the absolute shit out of me, but yeah. In terms of the drafts, Neff, I mean, I don't know. Team Brazil can still do it, right? But it just seems like DogChamp have something better, easier, more reliable.
Magical.
Magical. This isn't an Apple commercial. What are we doing?
DogChamp geniuses. I don't know. After that last game, I'm definitely convinced that they're able to play extremely fast. And their lineup plays pretty quick again. They have reasonable strength in the late game. If it ends up going ultra late, I don't know who I prefer. Probably DogChamp again. So I am basically with them for this match.
Mm-hmm. Feels a little bit stronger for them.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, while we're waiting in a pause, Tavo has this god-awful Broodmother set. It's covered in growths, tumors. I don't know, but this is not okay. It's just
those are MMR tumors.
Will you commit and hold hands with me?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Neff? If you have MMR tumors.
It's bad. This is what happens to you when you hit 8K MMR. You start to look like this. Yeah. So anyone who's thought about grinding, think again.
Unless you're okay with turning into a giant spider with weird growths on it. If you're okay with that, then by all means, go for it. It's your life. You can live it how you want.
Yeah, just letting you know that
Those are the
society will see you as a freak.
All right. Well, the game has been resumed. We're back underway. We're getting things started here, and right off the bat, RCY putting the point up in the Exort build. So it is always kind of the interesting thing with these invokers, right? Just the first skill tells you how they can potentially play their lanes out. So he's going to hit harder, he's going to have more damage, but now he's not really going to have much lockdown in the early stages, but going up against a Void Spirit, I don't think FCR is really going to try to be all that aggressive onto him, unless the Invoker just steps way too far forward.
A little bit distracted. Looking at couriers. I wasn't impressed though.
Not good. What are we doing? Got an effect on one of these. It's not bad. If you don't have
actually, I shouldn't be baiting you. There's been some controversy as far as like clicking courier.
Oh god,
names and
yeah.
whatnot recently.
Don't want to accidentally start that.
Yeah.
Just don't click on couriers. Don't click on effigies. just leave them alone.
Don't even look at player names. Mute everyone in all chat.
Hopefully people have learned their lesson at this point, right? Like, it's happened a couple of times. Like, boys, if you have a questionable name on your stuff, you should probably get rid of it.
I personally will never learn my lesson.
Learning is for other people. With that in mind, we get the laning stage underway here, and well, this is kind of an interesting lane, right? Stonebank on Weaver, B9 on a position 5 Dawnbreaker, although I was going to ask, how much does he really do in this scenario, but he is absolutely beating on King RD right now. Just
yeah, he is.
pull it over, smack him 4 times in a row. And now going after Tavo, maybe you take a little bit of damage in exchange, but this is all going to be kind of worthwhile, especially if King RD has to back off like that. Force him away, force a salve in the first minute, so B9 already doing some work.
Right, I would look into the mid lane. Not enough going on to really talk about anything here. I'm gonna be real with you. Bottom lane is probably where the action is going to be. You got a little bit of kill potential between Tavo Italian Gangster and Yaren up here with the Mars and the Hoodwink, but that's only with like really good coordination. It's possible to land the spear and the bushwhack, even though both those things end up clearing out the tree immediately after the stun ends. If you get your timing just right, you can connect them both onto the same tree.
Well, we'll see if that timing's right or if they just kind of play it safe for now. Though Yaren does not actually have his bushwhack up yet anyway. Took the acorn shot at level 1, so
Yeah, it's normal.
yeah, he'll just harass. They'll wait before they make any moves.
Other way around. It goes to be like the one putting their ass off onto him right now.
He's hunting down the squirrel, Italiano. Hits level 2, so he does have both the rebuke and the spear to work with. But still, I don't know. That's always the thing with the Mars that I look at. The mana costs are to the point where the combo is there, but you can't always afford to just throw it out, as B9 does get taken down. Stonebank, 11 HP on the Shikuchi, but he does get away. Okay, they give up first blood. That's a bummer, but your Weaver lives. He gets a kill. He's going to heal up just fine, and I think they're okay with that trade-off.
With B9 getting beat down by a bunch of auto attacks underneath the creep wave. Is maybe thinking that he could get level 2, then drop a Starbreaker off of them, but
They're going for it now.
He's got it now, but it's interrupted immediately.
They still find it. Maybe King RD can trade. No. Not even going to be able to do that. So B9, even with the Starbreaker, as you said, kind of getting shut down pretty quickly, they still do find the punish on the top of them.
Finds 2 denies on a range creeps there on the King RD, though, which is a small consolation prize, denying a little bit of XP to these enemies. But yeah, super annoying when your Starbreaker gets interrupted. Didn't go quite far forward enough there with the Celestial Hammer, so doesn't manage to follow up with the Starbreaker.
King RD jumps away before they can think about getting back onto him, while the Spider returns to the lane, and this will be the good thing for Tavo, right? Regardless of how this plays out pace-wise on the Brood, he's going to go the boring build. He's going to go the same build we know every time, but compared to the problems that came up on his Axe game last time around, he shouldn't have those same issues, although his teammate is having some issues. King RD is getting chased. 1 second for Shikuchi.
Dead.
Yeah, you got the beetle off of you. Good job, but don't worry about the actual hero.
The even bigger bug.
I don't know what the hell Weaver is. He's a bug of some kind. Is he a beetle? Is he a... Yeah, you know what? It's not worth thinking about. I don't know. The answer probably won't be good. He's a bug of some kind. 3-0 start, though, for that bug. So, we talked about the strong and fast start Stonebank had in Game 1 on the Sven. If he's able to farm and kill at this rate, this time around, it could be a similar scenario.
He is sitting pretty high up. I mean, near the top of the CS chart as far as net worth goes, though. He's he's top of that one as well. Is he calling out to himself right now? The Falcon Blade. Yeah, he's just going for like this early game lane killing potential. He's gone Wraithband into Falcon Blade. He just wants to trade these heroes and run them down.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure Tavo dies here.
Sidekick's certainly helpful.
This lifesteal is kind of crazy, though.
Stonebank gonna chase. He is still pushing his way forward. B9's gonna get the hammer out, and that will be enough for the kill.
Yeah.
That's like the max range of hammer at that
Top
point.
lane, Yaren is getting run down.
Yep. Is he gonna die? Nope. Pops the fairy fire. Okay. That was the last of his regen, and KJ... Oh, he has no leap charges. Has no leap at all. Didn't skill it, so... Not gonna be able to chase, and Yaren just scurries away. Not literally scurry. Sorry, that's not skilled up either. Wrong choice of words.
Oh no, right, that is the name of the ability. That's the one name that I don't ever remember. I forget that it's like only kind of a passive.
He's ignoring it.
Probably about to see some action around the mid lane. Power runes now spawning here. FCR is going to have KJ assist him in grabbing this one. It's an arcane. So you've got decent kill potential with this one. As soon as the Void Spirit hits level 6, he's probably going to make a rotation over on the side lanes. I'm going to keep an eye on the next minute here.
RCY is trying to hit him up a little bit before that point with that cold snap, but not really able to do too much. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Italiano by himself. Yeah, he's going to get punished. Once they know that the Hoodwink was down in the river trying to protect that rune spawn, they do make their move, and they're able to find themselves a nice kill. But over on the other side of the map, yeah, comes at a cost. King RD taken down. Tavo should walk away. Yeah, they used the combo out from the Dawnbreaker already, so... Well, it's still nice that they find the kill. It's just every step that they take forward here on the Team Brazil side is getting kind of countered out.
Dude, Ghost is being such a bully to Italian Gangster right now. He's punishing him for going Falcon Blade Bracer. He's gone 3 points into Ghoul Frenzy, so he's lowering his movement speed by another 20%. He's just getting tons of auto attacks on every time the Italian Gangster can close the wave mid lane.
Push on to RCY. They missed with the stun on the rebound. The Dispose is still there, though. Fairy Fire being popped. Throws down the Ice Wall. Not going to matter. He still dies. And FCR is going to be able to walk away. Is there anything for Yarn? No. He's level 3, so... No immediate chance at a counterplay, and the rotation works.
KJ teleports in, refills the bottles. Now he's back at full HP and mana in just a second here. It looks like going to go on to Yarn here as well.
Okay. It's a nice play there. Rebounds across the river into the Dispose. Snipes out Yarn's Courier afterwards as well, just to make that hurt a little more.
B9 getting run down as well by Tavo. But shoes on the other foot now. If he can land the stunt, and he does. That bug on him is going to reveal vision, but he managed to clean it off, so I don't think he'll go down.
Now, Stonebank's not willing to dive the tower at that point, as middle lane, FCR jumps in again as KJ for backup.
This explains why they were so, they abandoned that Bloodseeker, wanted to pick up Void Spirit, despite the fact that almost nobody plays this hero at the moment.
FCR was feeling pretty confident in the matchup. It's worked out well. He has needed support. The rotations have had to come in, but hey, you can find the kills. If you can shut down the Invoker, doesn't matter how many heroes that you need to bring. Speaking of bringing heroes, KJ actually made his way down bot, and B9 has to try and retreat. He is actually not going to get the TP. They cancel it out. They kill him off. Tavo gets it. You walk away on your Mirana. Yarn is... well, not even really able to defend the ward there, so that does get taken away, and seeing Team Brazil tying things up here in terms of the kill count, in terms of the net worth. They're, what, 2k ahead now and potentially making a play onto Stonebank. He's able to sidestep a little bit of that with the time lapse, but he gets right back into the middle of 3. That was not as sneaky a play as he thought it was.
To get the time lapse off and then die anyways? Yeah, so how that one works is Coast is getting run at the top lane, but he's going to walk away. So how that one works is you get dispelled when you use time lamp before you get the healing. So all the dispels are removed from you, and whenever Astral Step dispels, you take the damage from it. So if your HP is below the damage threshold that Astral Step is going to do, the time lapse will dispel it first. You'll die before the time lapse heals you.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's how we got finished off there, because he got the time lapse off, but he died anyways.
Unfortunate interaction for Stonebank. He is trying to make up for it, though, with the kill there. Has to sacrifice B9 for it, but they do get King RD, and... well, the Weaver's still sort of sitting at 5-1, right? Feeling okay even with that previous death, and they saved their tower as well. The tier 1 bot, it's not the healthiest in the world at 225, but still standing for the time being, and now they're going to try to make a move. They've got really all the damage they need. B9 coming in was just kind of a little bit extra. Not sure they needed him, but better safe than sorry.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's happy about the gold that he has.
He kind of stole the kill a little bit.
Yeah, Italian Gangster's struggling a little bit in this game. Costa Villa just being a huge bully to him up here. It is difficult to play Mars against the Lifestealer.
Well, what can he really do? He's going to go for the Spear Stun. That's neat.
Yeah,
that was a thing.
Unfortunately, now his Spear is on cooldown.
Oh, they were waiting for that one. FCR makes the jump. Stonebank just TP'd in, though, and with Yarn coming up, they're going to try to punish this, but the Moonlight Shadow and the Infest, yeah, shuts that down pretty quickly. And
ooh, bottom lane. Arrow and Dispose come out at the same time, ends up making the arrow miss on a B9, but it doesn't matter. He drops anyways.
They find the kill onto B9. They get the tower as well, as that tier 1 did go down. And now RCY, this is a bit of an awkward spot for you. He's going to get hit by the Dispose. He does have Ghost Walk. Use their detection. Yeah, they're holding on to Dust. That's just not a play he can even try. All right, well, Team Brazil starting to get a little bit more aggressive, starting to find some more kills. And now looking for another tower, too. Tier 1 mid is in trouble. Yarn.
Warsped's going to step back, just be able to scout the power rune, then I'll probably come back into the lane here. Don't think he scouted out... Oh, they did. They scouted out B9. They can see him coming in. And they're trying to slow this one down, but unfortunately, them already set up underneath the tower. No Blink Dagger on the Mars. It's hard for him to get here.
Does still throw down the arena. Spear connects onto Tavo. There's going to be the Meteor flying through as well for a little bit of extra damage. And so far, it's a 1-for-1, but they lost the tower before this as King RD... He was hit by the Sunstrike, but it wasn't actually enough damage. The Forged Spirits won't reach him in time, but back on the other side of the river, FCR, yep, he's going to make his push in. He's looking for RCY. Can they find the kill? The Solar Guardian's coming in, so they're not going to be able to finish him off immediately. And now, I mean, he used his charges. There's no Astral Step for a few more seconds. Can he get away? He wants to go in for the kill instead. RCY?
He's off the mark with Dissimulate.
Can he finish the job? The body blocks!
But he ends up going down. Did that God's Rebuke push him into Destroyer there?
I'm not sure. I think it might have though, because yeah, he was kind of pushing him from behind.
Yeah. Sick body blocks there to keep him alive just a moment longer. Surprised that he ended up going in for that kill with the Astral Step instead of trying to escape there, but missing that Dissimulate definitely ended up costing him.
Yeah. If you hit that, then all of a sudden it looks a little bit cleaner. Maybe you get out, but I guess he still finds the kill, so it's not all bad. The only problem is the kill that you then give up went into the Weaver's hands, and I believe this is the other half of his Maelstrom coming out to him. Yeah, so maybe not the hero that you wanted to be giving extra gold to. Now he's going to have more damage, more farming speed. He's still behind the Lifestealer, though, so at least you have that. Costa's just been chilling in this top lane for a while now.
For a millennia, he has been in the top lane. King ID ends up
B9.
come off the B9.
Getting caught. They're losing control of their jungle a little bit here, which, well, I mean, there's a Broodmother, right? That was kind of going to happen.
Yep.
Do they know? Well, they know Italiano's here. TP's coming in. There's going to be the arena thrown down defensively. Yarn is TP'd in. Stonebank's going to arrive as well. They didn't hit the spear onto Tavo, and now Stonebank gets hit by the arrow. Do they have enough to keep him down? No, they don't. He's able to get the time-lapse off. That does take him out of the bottom lane, however. So Italiano Gangster doesn't have any real backup anymore.
He hopped into the Forge Spirit in order to run away. And he's going to make it, too.
Can't find play elsewhere. That's... Well... That's not terrible, right? They get the kill into the Broodmother, and I think that fight was coming their way bot no matter what, so... They get something out of it, and Stonebank doesn't die. He was unbelievably low on health. Arrowstone wears off and he time-lapses out, but... You were still hoping for more... I'm sorry, how many bounty runes did he just get?
That ain't right. I don't think... Well, again, normally what the carry does, they move from, like, the lane over to the jungle, in and out. I think Coach has just been moving between the lane and the hard camp. Nobody's really given enough pressure. So nobody's touched the top lane, and he ends up picking four bounty runes right there.
Alright, yeah, that's normal. Nice bit of gold for him. RCY went for the Midas. So on the Invoker, honestly, it's probably still just as greedy as what we saw from the Faceless Void before, but it's a little bit more commonly seen, right? You don't feel quite as bad about it. We need some time to put it to use. In the meanwhile, Yarn trying to dance his way around the Lifestealer. He'll go for the TP. Is there an arrow? AJ had it, but didn't throw it, so not going to be able to find that. But they are starting to make their way top now, hoping maybe they can wrap all the way around. But Stonebank's already leaving, and RCY is going to TP out now as well.
Yeah, realize something's up immediately after we just forced a TP out. I think at this point, Costa will finally be able to take the tower. He's got his Desolator done. He's actually opted to go for the Aghanim Shard as his next item. I very rarely see this one. I think it's an incredibly good Aghanim Shard. It just doesn't provide you any damage. Lets you run people down a little bit faster, but usually the shards that we see people rush are ones that either help you farm or provide like a hard stun. And unfortunately, Live Stealers does neither of those things, despite the fact that it is really good. What it does is it's basically like old open wounds, and it like festers over to another target after you do a certain amount of damage to the first one.
And maybe just anticipating that DogChamp will group up around something like the arena play, and that's some logical thinking, right? They're gonna group up, try to fight inside the arena if you can hit up multiple with the open wounds, but it does delay your damage. Although I say it delays his damage, Neph. I mean, he went Armlet Deso, so honestly,
the man's got damage.
yeah, he's doing just fine on that front. But now they're taking Roshan, or at least attempting to. Very nearly done with it, but here comes the push in from DogChamp. I don't think they're going to be able to actually stop the attempt, though, but maybe they could find some kills. Arena into Spear, into Meteor, 2 dead already. FCR and King RD go down, but Kostaple's going to try to fight. Solar Guardian, though, keeping Stonebank alive. And now Costa says it's time to get the hell out of here. Tavo, though, okay, he will be fine. He's going to chill on that high ground for now, but they are looking to chase after more kills. KJ, dangerously low on HP. Stonebank will take him down, and now Costa, he just got hit. Hit up by Yarn there with the...
This lifesteal that he has.
Oh, my God. With the bushwhack, but yeah, so the second he's no longer stunned.
Stonebank as well. Stonebank's got to be careful.
Stonebank? He's trying to hold. Okay. Waits for the last second to get the time lapse off, and that is going to help them isolate and finish Tavo. So Costa is really the only one still up here, and
yeah, gotta leave now.
Yep.
I mean, that was some sick lifesteal between the passive of Glow Frenzy, Open Wounds, and the Vlads that this Broodmother has. You just like healing up like 300 HP per hit there, and he's hitting incredibly fast.
Just shy of 5k damage dealt in the fight there for the Lifestealer, so...
Yeah.
Oh. That's not your side of the map. Italiano Gangster gets taken down, runs into 3.
He died like he lived, a gangster.
Gangster should know not to be on the wrong side of town, though. Bad things happen, but good things happen there with the Tier 1 tower going down, so... Okay. You know, you'll trade out Italiano for a Tier 1 at this point. Yarn, though, I don't know if you really want to be doing anything here. Yeah. Goes for the stun. Should just walk away. Do you wanna use Rage? Look, I hit you with Bushwhack. Come on. But
I mean, Costa's still got an Aegis to work with here.
He's not
struggling.
gonna make it. Whoa.
Ow.
TP's
You
bot.
get, like double proc there by the Maelstrom.
Yes,
A
yeah.
lot of
yeah.
damage, pretty quick.
Gets hit up pretty hard. His teammates, though, are slowly but surely kind of making their way over, so maybe they could keep Stonebank in this position and then just kind of hit him with the pincer maneuver, but they're not actually moving over all that quickly, just looking for the farm. But now they've got eyes on the Mars mid. He does have Arena, though. Can they finish him off before he throws it down? Yeah, they can. So, Italiano Gangster goes down again. You've got your Wraith Pact now finished off on Tavo, so the Broodmother is, going for that build. We'll see. Actually, I was going to say we'll see if it's the pipe or something else, but it kind of has to be the pipe. You got an Invoker on the other side. You do need to worry about magic damage, although right now RCY trying to run away.
They got the Schmoop and ends up dodging him out. Destroy you. You can't get your hands on this man until you can. Ooh! Ends up interrupting the stun with a deafening blast. Man's got style.
There's the dust. Okay.
Yeah, he's finally down.
For a moment, I thought maybe he gets away with that, but...
Oh, okay. We got problems over in the mid lane. Ended up losing B9 and Costa Baileys knocking on your racks. Or your tier 3s, rather.
Got a little bit of damage in for free. As you said, he took down B9 as well before backing off, and... Well, I will say, this lead on the Team Brazil side isn't expanding much from its high point, but the fact that they're keeping it at that point is at least something in their favor. But no, they need to take another fight. They need to push in for some objectives, because as you just said, they were kind of knocking on the door, looking for that tier 3. If you take a team fight win, then well, you can actually go after those objectives instead of just kind of testing the high ground defenses. But where do they go? They're pushing into the west side jungle right now, Neph, but there's no easy to hit target, right? They'd have to either all go bot for just RCY, who could TP away, or make a very obvious rotation top into 3 who could back out or potentially force a fight, or they could dive tier 4s to get the Dawnbreaker. I didn't know that was an option, but apparently it is. They do find the kill, but he'll buy back immediately. Goes in with the Solar Guardian, helping to keep Italiano alive. Okay, yeah,
He
well...
hopped into the wrong target there with the Infest. I think he was trying to go into King RD.
So King RD doesn't get the bonus health, so he kind of has to
Cozy
stay
got to
back.
be a little bit careful here. His age is expiring in 13 seconds. They're going to chase him out of the base and try to get him as this ticks down, I think.
Did they save? Oh, they didn't save the range, but the melee is still standing at least. But yeah, they want to keep chasing, but you can't go too far at this point, because see Team Brazil, yeah, they're waiting for this exact moment. They're going to go in on a stone bank. The spear stun, though, does come through, so FCR is going to get pushed back. Now Force Staff further into the fight, but they're not actually able to bring him down. Instead, it's B9 who goes down a second time, and the bashes. No time lapse, no buyback now from the Weaver either. That's a nifty bushwhack onto 4. That's going to slow things down a little bit, but it's... Actually, I was going to say it's not enough, but they don't have backdoor protection removed yet. Their creep wave is coming up behind them. It's only going to buy a few seconds, though.
Yeah. I mean, they can't go to the top line. They're going to have to go bottom if they choose to do so. They got a lot of spiders up right now, and with that Desolator, the Hyperstone that Life Dealer now has, they'll make quick work of this Rax.
Yeah, they are just melting their way through that. Oh, okay. Not quite yet. We'll deploy the glyph. 8 seconds for the Weaver to get back up.
They still got to make sure that he doesn't get disabled here. If he gets hit by a spear.
Rage TP to make sure there's no initiation onto him, and looks like they're all going to just kind of back away.
It's actually pretty sick just for like healing up as well. You use open wounds on a creep wave. As long as it doesn't fester to the range creep, then it'll fester the entire wave and heal back up to full in no time. I really do like that pickup. He's going for a slow cross now. I should probably be looking at some of these other healers instead of just the life stealer, but Broodmother's roaring. We've seen this one again and again. It's just a Wraith back totem build. He's sitting on like 2.7k. I'll probably spend that on a pipe, if not like something else. We saw Guardian Greaves come out in the hero earlier. Void Spirit, just going for the sword build. Kai Assange, and hasn't gone Mage Slayer or Falcon Blade, but is going to the Aghanim Scepter now. For that silence and the Resonant Pulse. Not going to be huge this game, but useful for jumping the Invoker on the backline, stopping him from assisting in the fights. But it's probably going to come out by the same time the Invoker's got his BKB, so I don't know how useful it's actually going to be.
He is now done with that. Final piece coming out to him. There is a bottled DD room in the hands of Costa here as well. Got the bottle passed over by FCR, so they may not have 2 lives anymore, but he is going to hit incredibly hard with the double damage, and need to be able to find some sort of target. Stonebank, in the meantime, this is kind of interesting now. He's still not really looking in any defensive direction. He got the Scotty, he's going for the Gleipnir as his next item, but that's banking a lot of confidence on you getting off your time lapse, right?
Yeah, I don't know that Gleipnir gives them much that they need. I mean, it might hold it in place for like a super sick combo of like a Spear of Mars onto 2 people because he's got the Aghanim Shard, or a multi-man bushwhack after the Gleipnir setup. But maybe he feels like he's tanky enough because he went for the Eye of Scotty, Falcon Blade, Dragonlance. Like, these are all items that give you HP. He feels like he needs something either more damage related or they can help his team set up a little bit. Like, the items that they have right now are kind of like, okay, we need to take a super big team fight to help mitigate this net worth advantage that Team Brazil has. Then we can come back into it. But they're kind of banking on a miracle of Team Brazil grouping up and making a fairly big mistake here.
Oh. Well, looks like Stonebank did change his mind. He's actually shifted over to the MKB pickup, so... Okay. It's a little bit more damage-oriented, but... long way towards actually finishing that off, so... It's not exactly an imminent purchase as Tabo is just kind of standing still in the lane. He is going to get punished. There's going to be the kill onto him, but Stonebank gets taken down before he can time-lapse again. And, well, the fight's over. Yeah. Costa comes in with the
double
DD
damage
rune.
rune.
Just destroys two. RCY might get away here. BKB's wearing off, but yeah, he's still able to make it back into the base, but that's 4 heroes dead, and they get the Brood, but I believe that was just an immediate buyback from Tavo. Yeah. Bought back, rejoined the team immediately, and now they're going to push tier 4s, and I don't really know what DogChamp do about this. They could buy back on the Weaver now, try to push in with what they've got, but that would be a 3v5 with the Ancient exposed. They could just focus the objective and end the game right now.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're making such quick work of this one. Like the Assault, the Desolator, Orb of Corrosion, the throne just melts, and there it is. Game 2 goes away with Team Brazil. They look shaky game 1, but 2, I mean, you see what happens when you leave Costa alone for a little bit and let him farm. Just complete bully to Italian gangster. And sure, he didn't end up touching the bounty runes over top. We saw Invoker grab 4 of those at the same time, but the man got the farm and needed, closed out the game. Clean gameplay there by them. I can see why invested in the Void Spirit as well. Looking damn good here.
Yeah, we had some questions about the Void when it was picked up, but the matchup very much worked in their favor. They were the team this time sort of playing that faster pace, as we see. There we go. See from the graphs there, they just jumped out to a lead, and yeah, there was a little moment here, like 20 minutes in, where they mishandled maybe one team fight, but overall, they're too fast, they're pushing too hard, and DogChamp weren't ready to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. So, looking like maybe more even than I originally thought. I saw how fast DogChamp were playing in the first game, and game number 2, I like the pace that they had with the heroes that they picked up again, but they managed to match that one. Void Spirit had a super sick game. I would say MVP probably Void. Probably Void. I'm never going to give it a Brood Mother. I don't care what anyone says. Wraith Pack Totem Buyer is not a real role. Offlaner has to be a truly miserable experience right now.
Just don't get to... No creativity. It's gone. You're not allowed. You just have to build the same thing every time. But yeah, the Void Spirit played pretty well. You're baited into maybe saying it was Costa, but the reason he goes 9-0-2 is because he got a free lane for like 15 minutes because the Void was demanding attention. So Team Brazil get the win. They tie up the series, Neph, so we have another series going to 3 games. Maybe this game 3 will be longer than 30 minutes because the first 2 games have gone by pretty damn quickly, but we will have to wait and see. But it comes down to one last match. 1-1 split between DogChamp and Team Brazil, so when we return, we will have our final match of the series and our final match of the day. So stick around, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.